Copy AI live demo. My name's Andrew Lane, and today we are going to explore the latest features and updates. And we're joined by the one and only Chris Liu, co-founder of Copy AI. How's it going, Chris?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always great to have you on. We get to see what's going on behind the scenes and hear it from your lips exactly how to best use these features, the story behind how the team has been developing these new features. And I think the most important one today that you're gonna talk about is the first draft wizard. And what you can do with that is write the first draft of your blog in about 5 minutes. It's a
Or
pretty,
less.
yeah, or less, pretty lofty promise there.
Very, very, very lofty. I would love to share a little bit. And, we had a big milestone. So we actually broke 1 million users last week. So thanks everyone for, joining us and being so early on this journey. And we can't wait. There's still so much that we want to do. And our team is up and running and moving at really fast speeds. One thing that I think we don't talk enough about is the philosophy behind Copy AI. We really believe in empowerment. We don't want to create an app that's used to replace our content marketers or replace, copywriters. We think the world needs more copy than currently exists by an order of magnitude or two, where every single person should be communicating their thoughts, their knowledge a lot more effectively and a lot more efficiently. And so our tools are designed in a way to keep our users in control at all times. So we don't have anything where it's like, we will auto complete the sentence for you or something along those lines. Instead, every single time we do something, we want to be able to give you options and giving you options and helping you guide the outputs. And that design principle has stuck with us since the beginning, and we plan on continuing it into the future. So we're trying to build the ultimate tool to empower everyone. I guess I can start jumping into the app and sharing a little bit about what we're going to do.
Yeah, definitely. Why don't we pull up your screen? I'm going to pull it up right now. There we go. And then if anyone's watching, we got a good crowd on right now. So we want to help you out. So if you have any requests, if you want us to do a demo for your business, your industry, a topic that you're passionate about, drop it in the comments and we can write a blog for you here on this demo. I know, Chris, you love doing that. So let's make this fun.
Yeah.
Chime in. Don't be shy. Let us know if you have any questions or any even requests or feedback. That this feature is in beta right now. So I know the team's all open ears to hearing all your feedback and requests.
Exactly. And I will start actually with the templates. I know this is nothing new, but we are formally announcing it now. So if you go over here, or if you go over here, there's all these different templates. And what we noticed is people, when they come to Copy AI, they want to actually complete something. Like whether it's a social media post, if it's an email, they want the entire thing. So let's take a look. We're going to do a email event promotion email, right? And we're going to promote our own event, which is we're going to call it 48 hours no credit limit. How would the attendee benefit? Use all of Copy.ai's features and try out our new first draft wizard and templates. And the date is today, so April 6th, 2022 to April 8th, 2022. So you can immediately see effectively what we had here before in the square brackets are a Mad Lib style sort of input. So you can literally just replace it with your own information. So actually, I'm going to add a little bit more information. Copy AI, 48 hours, no credit limits. And then all you have to do is click create copy. And so now our goal is to help you get an actual event promotion email specifically for your event. And before this wasn't possible. So here we're really, look at this, it's super targeted. We're thrilled to announce that we're having a 48-hour no credit limits event at Copy AI. You can use all of our features, try our new first draft wizard and templates. The event will be taking place. We hope to see you there. Want to write better content faster? You can do that and more with Bot. And then now let me actually show you the more exciting stuff. So here's some information. You can actually give more in-depth instructions. So I believe Andrew has shown on some of his previous demos, but I'm going to do it again. So start with a catchy hook, end with a thought-provoking question. Like, let's see how it does. I'm really just trying to give random instructions to see how well this thing can work. But it should be able to, you can really create your own structure of the content you're trying to go for just by adding some instructions to the bottom. This is perfect. What are you waiting for?
There you go. Thought-provoking question.
This one did not end on one. It started with one, but oh, this is great.
Ooh, the ending. What will your first
What
draft
will your
be?
first draft be? It's so great. Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't do it perfectly, but sometimes it does it really, really well. And once again, all we're doing is trying to give you ideas to brainstorm from. That is the the templates features, and we have all kinds of templates. Everything from social media. Well, we do have some blogs, but these are actually our normal blog tools. Email templates, some website copy templates, some case studies, some YouTube videos, and general business ones, job description, rejection letter, hiring blurb, ask an expert. And then we also even have some fun ones. Andrew, have you had a chance to play around with the song lyrics one yet?
I did it very briefly, and I think I wrote a song about CopyAI, which was hilarious. So I want to see how you play around with this one.
Copy AI's first draft wizard tool. And then the theme will be, oh wait, oops, sorry, I messed up. This is the topic. The genre is going to be pop. And then let's try to make it catchy. I think that's worked pretty well in the past. And then all you have to do is click create copy. And some of the results I've gotten from here are just absolutely mind-blowing. Copy AI, the first draft wizard. Copy is a tool. Okay, I'm just a copy wizard with a magic wand. I got a magic wand and make your lyrics sing. In the morning, you'll wake up to my word. Oh God. Okay, we'll skip that one.
It's very creative. It's going to give you a lot of ideas.
It gives you so many ideas. Oh, this is so good.
Ooh, there you go.
That's so good. Yeah.
I want to see a rap video now on the YouTube channel, Chris. TikTok.
We gotta do it.
Yeah.
There was one that I did on SEO, and the results were just unreal around it. Let's see if we can do a rap first draft wizard.
And next we'll do we'll get into the blogging here in just a second.
And sometimes it even rhymes.
Can you command it to try to rhyme?
Yeah, let's try it. It's gonna struggle a little bit more, I'd say.
Okay.
Make it spell rhyme correctly, I think it did.
I think so. It's a tricky one. All right, so those of you joining live, let us know what you'd like us to blog about. Drop it in the comments. We'll take any topic and write a blog for you here in just a moment.
These aren't rhyming as well.
What's up? It's your boy. That one rhymed.
Time, shine, rewrites lines. Tool, cool. Kind of. This is not bad. This is actually pretty solid. Yeah, it struggles a bit, but it's pretty awesome.
Comment here. I'm really surprised by the creativity of CopyAI, and we'll explore that a bit today. These tools are some of them are really fun to play around with. But I think what's really wild is when you put in like abstract ideas and it can actually understand where you're going with it. You can make up business ideas, product ideas. It'll weave together just totally different industry topics and things and mash it together. There's that game I think we played with a CopyAI team one day. It was like that startup game where it gave you like random business ideas and then topics or genres. And and I actually put it into CopyAI and had it like make the mission statement for this random business idea. And it just did such a good job of trying to sell like this product that doesn't exist.
Completely agree. That's actually one core aspect of our business and our mission, which is to increase human creativity and unlock it. We believe that humans are naturally really creative. Every single person on this call, is extremely creative. But the hard part is actually getting it out of your head and onto paper in a satisfying way, in a way that's good enough. That's like, that really makes you proud of, what you wrote and what your thought and how you put it on paper. So everything we do, we try to help you expand on that creativity. We help you try to put it to words, and we try to like give you even more options. I guess I'll go back real quick. Time to jump into this first draft wizard. We'll do it right here, so you can see it immediately at the top. Or if you go to templates, you'll see it immediately right there. It's also under the blog tools. But what you do is you just click into it, and you'll see that this is a whole new experience. And the entire idea here is there's 4 steps. You add some details. We help you try to generate an outline. We help you try to generate the talking points of the outline, so we go into much more depth. And then we help you try to create the first draft of the content. And then after that, you'll have a first draft that's pretty solid, and then you can use it to do whatever you'd like. Okay, so someone is put in how to build a social media presence. That's a great blog. We'll write that as the blog title. Ideally for keywords, you would go to your favorite keyword research tool and try to find it. I'm going to assume some stuff. So build a social media presence on
Would you want to fix that
Twitter.
title there to like how to build instead of building?
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then walk me through the keywords. Any tips on that? I mean, between the title and the keywords, this is really all you have to come up with when you go to use the first draft wizard. That's all you need to have
Exactly.
in your head. So what are the tips to get those dialed in?
Yeah, so you just separate them with commas. To be honest, like this is actually quite a free form field. So as long as you try to explain to the AI the direction you want to go. So build on Twitter, build on Instagram, build on TikTok, build on Pinterest. Yeah, so we can kind of show like general principles. So you can literally see, oh, with these keywords, I'm trying to do one where it's going to teach you how to build on all these different platforms. And we'll see that reflected in the outline, hopefully.
So it's not necessarily SEO based. It's more like topic or like the ideas you want to get across.
Right. Ultimately, it is still SEO based up to a certain extent, but sometimes it doesn't do it very well. Well, that's something that we're actively working on improving. Okay. So here you can see it came out. This doesn't have the keywords that I'm going for. It's actually a really solid outline, but let's actually just click regenerate all. So anytime you don't like an outline, all you have to do is click regenerate all, and we will continue to redo it for you. And let's see,
I've heard people say that they use this to even come up with ideas for, reels or carousel posts. Like you're getting a great outline to teach on a topic here.
Exactly. It's about, learning while you're writing too, and maybe it'll bring up some things that you never even anticipated. So I don't know why it's not really bringing up the Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest aspects, but let's take a look. Maybe this will help. Okay, so it's really trying to go for just how to build a social media presence. It's not really doing this second part. So on different platforms. By the way, this title does not need to be perfect. This is a placeholder. You just need to convey the type of content you're trying to go for. So here, we'll probably end up with a different title in the end, but this is perfect for explaining what this blog is about.
So you're really just guiding it with like the general topic, so you can be pretty vague in your title too, or it doesn't have to be polished.
Exactly. And apparently this one's a pretty hard one to generate, trying to get it to do one
I
about
mean, I saw
Twitter,
some
Instagram,
great,
TikTok.
I guess if you wanted to go that direction, if you had something very specific in mind, I think what the beauty of it to me though is like if you're just going in with like, feeling lucky, roll the dice kind of thing, and it'll give you some great points to create your outline here.
Completely agree. You know what? We'll just add it manually at the bottom. I'll put this actually at the very bottom. Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. We'll just put those.
And the best thing all of you watching can do is go follow along and just pick up on these tips that Chris is sharing with us and start to try it out yourself, because you can actually use it right now. If you log in, give it a shot for any industry, any topic, and you'll see it give you really good outline topics listed out in just a few seconds. So I think this is your chance right now to ask questions as you're going through it. Anything popping up in your mind as you're trying it out yourself, drop it in the comments and we can get Chris to help us out right here on this demo.
Exactly. So here you can see we're going to use this. These are the general tips. And then we'll added our own section here where it's tips for the specific platforms. And then this is kind of like a conclusion sort of thing, but we will move forward. So the next step is to generate the talking points. And the talking points go into more depth for each of the sections. And you can see it's like, don't try to be everywhere at once. Try to focus on one or two platforms. If you can't be everywhere, be where your audience is. This one is kind of repetitive. Example of a brand that's everywhere. I don't really like that as much. You can delete it, add a talking point. If you don't like all of them, you can click just regenerate talking points. It will regenerate all of them. And so we're going to do that here just to show it off. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's actually even better than the first version. So we're good. And then you can literally do this for every single section. Always put your best foot forward. Work to build trust. Engage with others. Understand the culture. Be authentic. Tips for platforms. I'm going to actually delete these real quick. And I'll add one point, which is different platforms. There are different approaches for different platforms. Perfect. So it's Twitter, use hashtags, use images, emojis. There you go. Instagram is all about photos, post frequently, engaging with others, use stories. Yeah, and you can immediately see it's a visual search engine. Go on.
When it's writing these talking points, is it considering, again, the title and the keywords of the overall blog?
It is indeed. It's trying to do its best. I would say that the title matters the most.
Okay.
Keywords we're still trying to improve.
So adding having a vivid or at least a descriptive title is the best. So like for maybe adding things like who it's for or details around what you're trying to get across, because that'll actually affect all of the outline and the talking points.
Exactly. So your title really matters, and getting good talking points, getting a good outline will get you much better results when you actually generate the content. So we really try our best to get you to a point where you're really satisfied with the outline and talking points, and then you really are comfortable clicking this generate content button.
All right, so the final step here, now it's taking all of that and it's going to write out content for you based on those talking points.
Exactly. So we're going to generate the content. Oh, oops, sometimes there's an error. You can ignore that. You'll see it further down the line. Let's see. That's a perfect section. Have a plan and stick to it. Decide on a timeline. Decide on how much investment you want to make. This is actually a repeat of the earlier section, so we can just delete it. Always put your best foot forward.
The bullet points sometimes. Is there a reason for that, or is it just like a formatting
we try
structure?
To program it where every once in a while they'll throw it in.
Okay.
Certain topics require bullet points. Some of them don't. Some of them require these really short one-liners. Some of them require a little bit more. We wanted to just give some optionality around that. Oh no, that's a bug. And I accidentally regenerated this section. Right now, there's no way to go back.
Command Z, try it.
Oh, will it work? Okay, once
I've seen it work.
I don't think it's working here.
Did it not work? Oh, it worked the other day. I think
Oh
Robert
well.
did it. So,
Well, you know
so
what? This new
talk about
section is
that.
just as good.
It's pretty. I mean, that's the interesting thing is like you're getting one result, and now you can just regenerate to get something different. Any tips there? Or any future like features you kind of hinted at that might improve that process?
There's a lot. Up here, you actually can still see your talking points. So if it doesn't quite fit what you're looking for, you can update your talking points and then regenerate. And so you can really use this almost like our existing tools to be able to get really, really good outputs. And I can actually show you an example of it a little further down. Let's see. So understand the culture, be authentic. Okay, so this one did not do as well. Be yourself, and then let's do this. List 3 examples of authentic um, social media influencers.
I think
So
I
we're
saw that
gonna
question here. Can you also expand beside the topic to see? Yes. So we just demoed that. Great question.
exactly. Thanks, Christian. Christian, by the way, is our designer. Um, oh, look at that. So you see how this is like, a little bit of oops, there's a little bit of content, and then some examples of authentic social media influencer include Emma Chamberlain, Lizzie Koshy, and Chrissy Teigen. And it took this instruction quite literally to actually generate these examples. And so that's part of the power. You can really, once again, we want the user to be in control, to guide the AI, to explain what you're looking for. And in this outline section, you can do that. In the future, we do anticipate potentially making it clearer, as well as making it so you can have one set of talking points and use it for every single section. And that's going to be really powerful for listicle posts. But yeah, I think someone also asked Neo Shuttlesworth,
Hmm.
does this AI provide accurate information, things related to healthcare? It's going to be more accurate. So this is actually an updated model. And this model is trained up until July 2021, I believe. And it has a lot of information. And they, OpenAI, one of our AI providers, tried their best to make the AI a lot more accurate. Now, that's not 100%. With AI, it's always going to be probabilistic. And when it's probabilistic, it means that there's a percentage chance that it's going to be wrong. So you would still have to verify the information, but for the most part, it's going to be more accurate. So it didn't make up any names here, and these are actually well-known people. So it kind of can help you brainstorm as well. Let's see. So tips for platforms. Let's see. Introduce other potential platforms, different other potential approaches for different platforms. So let's try to regenerate this section. And I'm trying to give it an instruction like, hey, I don't want you to go too in depth. I want you to introduce it lightly and see what comes out. Oh, you know what? Right here is probably good enough. So a nice one-liner that then leads us into the different platforms. So Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Okay, so here's where that generation issue failed. All you have to do is click regenerate content and you will be good to go. And then as soon as we get that, I'll move on to the next step. There you go. One of the newest social platforms on the block. It's become a really popular place and gives all those great tips that were inside the talking points. And then let's move on to the next step. So the next step is actually creating the first draft itself. This is a whole new UI as well. So here we try to get out of your way. Here's your first draft. Go ahead and make whatever changes. Right now, there's actually not as much you can do other than you treating this as like a regular old um, uh, text editor, but we have some updates coming soon that I can't share too much about, but you can imagine what it may look like. The goal is to really help you modify and change things as quickly as possible. However, let's say that, oh, I'm missing an intro. I really want an intro. You can actually click this button and you will be taken to our traditional AI tools. And then immediately on this left-hand side, you can go and find the blog intro tool. And then we can, copy and paste, and then we just go in here and create a blog intro for ourselves. And you have your entire blog, and you can use our existing tools to create content. So let's see, building a social media platform isn't easy. Remove the thing. You have to be creative. You need tools. I'm here to share the best ones with you. Okay. That's pretty solid. It's okay. Let's see. Okay, none of these are actually as good. I'm going to make this more engaging. So, how to build a social media presence on different platforms. Some people asked, any tips for creating Google headlines? I will help out with that right after this demo. And then the last question is it SEO integrated? Not yet, but it's we're looking to add that. There you go. This is actually a pretty solid introduction. So all I have to do now is add this to the intro section. And here you go. We have a 2,232 word blog that we wrote very quickly. Now, it's not finalized. It's not perfect, but I'd say this is a very solid starting point. So you can just go in here, edit it, make sure it feels perfect, verify the information, and within a few, probably 30 minutes to an hour, you should be good to go. And it should be ready for publishing. And that's how we imagine it. Oh, one last thing. If you go back to the homepage, you can click on it and it will bring you back into this editor. And then one thing I personally like to do is as soon as I do the intro, I also go and find the meta description. So I can create an engaging meta description. I sometimes add it at the bottom, so meta description at the page, as well as we can brainstorm different, let's see, we can brainstorm different titles as well. Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, Pinterest, and the new kid on the block, TikTok. So you can see that as a meta description if you like it. That one's okay. It's not actually the best, but I'll throw it in there. And then I also go and find the blog titles tool. And then let's say that I'm not satisfied with this blog title. We can create a bunch of different options as well. The definitive guide to building a social media presence. How I grew my audience on social media. Let's try again. And you can really find a bunch of different titles. A detailed guide on how to build a social media presence. And then we can actually even count the tips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tips to build a social media presence that gets you noticed. And once again, these are all just different various titles we can do, and we're good to go. And that's the first draft demo. Thanks everyone for watching that. Okay, let's see. So I will do the Google headlines, and then I will do the car dealership stuff.
Okay.
Let's start with the Google headlines. So if you just go to you can create a new project. And so let's say that this is CopyAI Google ad demo, and we can create a project. And then basically from the tools, if you just search Google, you'll see the Google headlines and descriptions. This is the 30 character max part of the Google ad, and then the descriptions is the 90 character maximum part of the Google ads. And so if you look at a Google ad, it's made up of a few components. It's usually like the 30, like headline, and then like space headline, and then it's like description, and then a description. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think sometimes it's also 3 headlines, but we're gonna basically create these that way. So do you have, John, do you have a, car insurance, or let's try car insurance. So I'm gonna make up a company, because that way you'll know that, hey, this is a real one. Copy AI car insurance. Oh my god, not creative at all.
That's gonna confuse the heck out of it. What if you do like
It
Chris
is.
Lose?
Okay, yeah, Chris's car insurance.
Chris is 5-star
Um,
car insurance.
a small boutique car insurance company in Houston, Texas. That's where I'm based. So we can just literally click, create copy, and oh, look at that, Texas car insurance, Houston car insurance. Every single output here is actually going to be under 30 characters. We actually remove all the ones that are above 30 characters. Why are we different? Get a free quote. These are all great headlines, actually. So I'm going to save a few. So Houston car insurance, get a free quote. And then I can just click Google descriptions and just literally click create copy and immediately get some descriptions as well. For Google ads in particular, they actually have something where they will help you mix and match descriptions and headlines for you. So you just have to come up with like 30 different headlines and I think 4 different descriptions, and they will test out until we find the best one. So let's see, Chris's car insurance, we got your best. We protect you, not the insurance companies. Chris works with you to find the best car insurance for any budget.
I like that.
That. Well, good drivers pay less with Chris. You can take a look at that, and you can really find whichever ones fit the best for you. And everything under here will be under 90 characters. Great coverage for great prices. Boom, there you go. Chris will work with you to find the best car insurance plan for any budget. That's a pretty solid one. You might want to get a call to action. So it's like get a free quote. Oh, well, I just get a free quote is up top here. And yeah, that's how you can potentially create Google ads. We actually created our own Google ads with this tool, and they're working pretty nicely with CopyAI. And we did the mix and match thing. So we tried to find a bunch. Even here, you could really describe the product differently. You can try to target specific benefits. So low cost, best customer service, stuff along those lines. You can really list them out and it will generate content that helps you target much more those needs. So low cost, best car insurance in town, great coverage for great prices. Chris works with you. Boom. Call us today. Get affordable car insurance in Houston. Did I spell insurance? Oh no, I got it right. I am just blind today. Let's see. Let's get you a quote. We can save you money on the insurance. We insure the crazy people. Okay, that was bad. Yeah, but I think you get the point. And then let's see. Rabbit's Basket had a different question. Generating content for car dealerships and automotive industry. It seems to have limited content despite providing the AI with specific keywords. Do you mind going into a bit more detail of exactly what you're looking for? Is it just social media copy? Is it content for the blog? If you can give any additional information, that would be really helpful. For now, I'm going to assume it's going to be social media content. So we're going to just start by doing that. So let's see. So social media content, tips and knowledge. So let's say we wanted to share some tips and knowledge. So industry is, let's see, I'm going to copy and paste it. It's car dealership / automotive industry information. Best time to buy a car is Memorial Day. Let's try that. So we're going to try to create some share tips and knowledge type of social media posts. And let's see what comes out. You can be a lot more specific here, by the way. If you have a location or something, you can add more information so then it's much more personalized to that location. But this is not bad. Have you ever wondered when the best time to buy a car is? It's Memorial Day. This makes sense because blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's not great. That part is not as good, so we'll delete that. That's hilarious. It brought in this insurance thing, but I don't think it's related. I think it was just a pure coincidence.
Does it start to do that? I mean, within the same account, will it pick up on previous stuff you've done?
No, it won't. Not at the moment. Let's see. So creating blog like warranty reimbursement and using keywords like benefits of a shuttle service, shuttle warranty ride reimbursement. Okay, let's try that. So we are going to create a new blog. Um,
So you went to the first draft wizard, and now the most important thing is the blog title.
yeah, so we're going to do benefits of a shuttle service. And then we were going to do the warranty reimbursement, shuttle warranty ride reimbursement. Let's just do that. I actually am not an expert at this industry, so what I think is good might differ. So let's see. Oh, one thing is you can actually add a number. So 10 benefits of a shuttle service, and then it will
What's the
actually
max?
try to generate that. Oof, I would not go anywhere over like 15, maybe. Even 10 is going to be a little tough, but let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I said right by borrow by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if you include the borrow a bike, but that's a bad one. So now this article is 9 benefits. Let's see. I guess this could technically be a 10 one as well. So I'm actually not sure what exactly this is about. So shuttle service, warranty. I'm going to do a quick Google search in a different tab just to learn a bit more so I know what I'm writing about. It's hard for me to write when I have zero clue.
That's a good takeaway, is most people, like you said, AI is not necessarily going to replace everybody. It's a tool to like bring more out of you, because it works a lot better if you already have some expertise or understanding of an industry and you can actually share real helpful tips.
Got it. This is really helpful. Okay, so basically, what I learned is shuttle service is when the dealership basically covers the cost of bringing the car to the dealership to get it fixed or something like that. Or I think it's also potentially giving the customer an Uber ride or a Lyft ride to the dealership. That's from a really quick uh, uh, view. So let's see. Um,
Well, I wonder if you just, what's also interesting is you can just get a bunch of ideas like that. You don't have to use them all, and then just generate talking points and kind of move through the process and see by the end of it, within a few clicks, you could actually have some pretty dense content written out.
Yeah, completely agree. And then you can really react to it. So, like 9 benefits of warranty reimbursement on shuttle service. I don't know if this is going to work or if this makes any sense, but let's try to find out.
I wonder if you were more specific with who it was targeted to, like for the customer.
For dealerships, I think this is actually specifically targeting dealerships. Rabbit's Basket, you can let me know if that's
Got it.
correct or not.
Okay, so you're
Once again,
speaking to.
yeah. I'd say that's much better, and we're much more on track. So it seems like to get better results, we had to be much more specific in the blog title. Uh, and then, yeah, let's just continue to move from here.
That's really helpful. I think
And once
my
we get to
biggest
the
takeaway
tough
today,
ones,
what I'm seeing is like, I mean, how much can you add in that title? Like, what would be ridiculous?
I don't think there is a limit, but you don't want to go too crazy overboard. I would say, something like this is perfect. Really
Okay.
try to include as much information as it needs to really understand the purpose of the blog. So, yeah.
So just details about who it's for, so it's more clear on who you're writing to. It's going to get you way better results. And you were right, Chris. Yeah, targeting
Exactly.
dealerships.
Awesome. Yeah, that was literally for a quick Google, clicked on the first link, read it a bit, and then was able to kind of understand what the goal is. And if I put a search shuttle service warranty, and that first article was June of 2018, I bet you it would not be too hard to rank for that term. So I'd love to see you try to write a blog and outrank it, unless that's your blog, in which case you can update it. Let's see. So you can regenerate this one. Different types of tracking, warranty reimbursements. Sometimes it does this too. It just takes the bullet points a little too literally. So you just have to regenerate it. That's actually not bad for bullet points, but I'm going to do it anyways. Let's see. I am going to regenerate that one more time.
So I'd like to do this. These are all very technical. I'd be curious on a creative side if there's something super abstract that we could have it write about. That's kind of fun to end the demo today.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there you go, 1,300 words. I don't know how in detail you're looking for. I feel like this is a little bit more in detail than we were getting earlier, because the AI was kind of confused. Because shuttle service, it thought, oh, is this like a, like a taxi almost like thing, or is this specifically for dealerships? Once we told it, hey, this is specifically for dealerships, it suddenly understood the context of it a lot better. And hopefully that helps answer your question. Andrew, let's do that. There is one magical aspect about this that people have not appreciated yet, and I'd love to share it. Basically, this is a whole new way of interacting with AI. And in a way, you can actually use this almost like a Google search. Now, you have to keep in mind, it's not going to be as accurate as a Google search, but the results will be more personalized to you than a Google search. So for example, let's do how to promote our free 48-hour period for copy.ai and AI-powered copywriting app. And then 10 ways to promote our free 48 event. So I'm trying to think of ideas on how to promote this big event that we have that we're launching. And you can literally tell the AI, hey, this is our app, this is our event, and then ask it basically 10 ways to promote it. And instead of seeing this as an outline, you can see this as brainstorming ideas. Make a cool infographic, post something on Reddit, tweet a link, create a Facebook post with a short video, post a photo on Instagram, print out some flyers, send an email out about this article and ask them to share via social media, post about it on LinkedIn. These are all pretty solid. And so let's say that we don't like it, we can just regenerate. And then you can use the talking point step as a way to go deeper into each idea, and it can help you brainstorm things. Instagram story, email your audience, mention it on a live stream, share it with an affiliate network, which is, I think we did, or we're going to do almost every single one of these. So it's really, really fascinating. Let's go into the generate talking point section. And it basically almost creates a business plan or an operating plan of, okay, well, let's, actually in this case, the marketing plan. Make sure it speaks directly to your audience, make sure it includes a link, make sure it's optimized for search, double check for grammar, add images or video to make it more compelling. And let me actually just show you real quick. This is the blog post that we put up today.
Might have to.
Yeah, I'll change
the
sharing. So announcing CopyAI's new features, first draft was in a freestyle templates. We talk about our vision. We say no limits. There's an interactive demo here, so you can literally, click into it, play around with it, watch it in action effectively. And then, down here that we do it for freestyle as well. And then it teaches our philosophy as well as shows some reviews. And then here's our call to action. So you can see, oh, that's actually a pretty solid idea. post it on LinkedIn. I think that's something I'm going to do right after this live stream. We did post about it on Instagram. I'm going to be posting it on Facebook. Andrew, I think you posted on some Facebook already. We're going to tweet about it. That tweet might have already even come out. And did it on my Instagram story. We did a bunch of emails. We're mentioning it in that live stream. We don't have a podcast. And then we did also share the news. So you can see, wow, it basically hit every single thing that we really needed to do this launch. And if you didn't have the experience that we have launching things, this would be a great way to brainstorm how to do it. And so in a way, by writing this blog, you're actually learning about how to promote something very specific. And it's very, very specific to our app. It understood, hey, this is not e-commerce. It's not going to ask you to do stuff like post a video review of your app, like of you wearing it or something like that. It's going to be very specific for your needs. And it understood, hey, this is probably good for Twitter. It's probably good for LinkedIn. It's probably good for Instagram. It might not work as well on Pinterest, so it didn't include that. But if we were doing some sort of, women-focused app, they might say, hey, post it on Pinterest. And so it's a different way of interacting with AI in general. And there you go.
Super interesting. I can see a lot of people doing this at work. Like their boss needs them to come up with ideas, and they're like, boom, the whole report written out in like 10 minutes. Here's our plan.
Exactly. So if we're hiring a software engineer, it's like 5 questions to ask a senior software engineer during an interview for Copy.ai and AI-powered copywriting app. So interview questions.
Now, this is a pretty wild use case for the blog First Draft Wizard. But I think I would probably go into I would take that same question and run it through the freestyle tool. That would be my first step. But this is interesting to see, like taking an idea, making the outline, and then even expanding on it. That's the beauty of this framework.
Like this question right here is absolutely perfect for our engineers because we are dealing with a new technology. And it's like, well, tell me about a time you had to do that. How did you decide where to start and what problems did you run into? That is an amazing way of really explaining that, as well as this one, an emerging trend. So it knows, oh, this is AI. Like, this is an emerging technology. It's probably not something that people have 20 years of experience doing. It might be like 1 year at max or something along those lines. So these are very important questions. And every single time, you're like, oh, that's some pretty good ones. You can just click regenerate it all and you'll get a whole new list of results. And yeah, that's a little taste into how we see CopyAI. It's almost like a learning app along with a writing app.
Yeah, on that note, the same thing. I would try if you could open up the freestyle, like a new project.
Yeah, let me copy this real quick.
Yeah, take that question because this is more like the blogging. I mean, the use case is pretty obvious. Get the outline, get the talking points in 2 clicks, and that is just mind blowing. How not just that it does it, but it at the level that it does it, it's such great content ideas, and then just have it write that content out for you. In this case, using freestyle, what are you looking to create? I would probably say like a list in that top part, a list of questions, maybe 5 questions. It'll figure it out. So that could work.
These are all pretty solid already.
And look how niche down that is. It's not like generic stuff. This is really specific to who you are actually talking to.
Yeah.
And that's the creative side. Like you said, Chris, it's not just Google searching something, it's creating from scratch. So you could take this and like come up with anything and literally like have fun, like make up. Like I sat down with a client one day and they wanted to make an avatar, like a character for, I don't know, some business idea that they had. And so I literally went through a process of like, come up with names for this type of person. And it actually helped come up with name ideas describing like who this person is. And then we went through like write a quick bio for this character, like adding those descriptors that we were thinking of. And within 10 minutes, we had an amazing name generated. We had a bio description of that character. And now we have this whole talking point. Then I had it write stories about this character. So based on what I knew about them,
Wow.
it's like come up with like an interesting story of them waking up one day and, then boom, and then it just started writing out these crazy ideas for like beginning prompts of what could become a whole book or a whole video or some like crazy story that you could tell.
That's absolutely incredible. Like, that's actually a huge component of how we focus on how we build. It's to really help you expand your creativity. And I just can't say that enough. Um, while we're here, let's just test out a few other really crazy things. So, a method for um, uh, reaching a celebrity. So,
Ooh.
how I can, let's see. So let's do celebrity. Um, give me a celebrity name.
Um,
Let's see,
it shows we're
Tim
right. Tim
Ferriss,
Ferriss.
maybe.
There you
Yeah.
go. I think it's got two S's.
Goal, two S's. Can't spell today.
That's funny because I knew we were both
Okay.
going to say the same person. Yeah, it's RRISS. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, and then goal is have him try out Copy.ai, an AI-powered copywriting app. So this is using the AI to help you brainstorm ways to get in contact with like a celebrity and like, have them potentially get a specific goal.
I wrote an email for you.
So it's like trying to write an email.
It came up with Paul. Look at that. Does it know?
It actually might, because this is much more recent. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, on Paul. Yeah, so it knows. This is definitely more recent. That is actually
So
fascinating.
this is wild. It's writing your emails for you. So that's another crazy use case. What I would try in that, what are you looking to create? I would put a list of outreach ideas.
For connecting with a celebrity. Yeah, a list really unlocks a whole lot of power from this tool.
Yeah, I've been using it to come up with names for like programs or even like free download
Oh,
ideas or webinar topics. Here you
beautiful.
go. Look at this. And if it doesn't know, like in this case, Tim Ferriss is pretty widely known, so the AI can pick up on who that is. If it's a random person that the AI might not know, you could just give it details like he's an author, he does this, he does that. He's interested in these topics, and it will use all that as raw data to come up with ideas.
Exactly. Oh man, these are great.
It wrote the tweet
Reach
for
out.
you.
I know. Might be open to investing. Yeah, these are all great, great ideas. Create a video that's personalized to him. Comment about what he thinks about the use of AI in business. So there are ways to start engaging with him. Make a blog post about him. Tweet at him. This is actually a really effective one. If you make a blog post about people, they tend to really like it, especially if it's a really well-written one, and you can ask for feedback. And that can almost guarantee you a response at the very least. Like, hey, looks great. And then that opens up the channel of conversation. It's actually underappreciated method of reaching out to people. I think maybe it was just so hard in the past to be able to write a blog post about a person, but now you can do it in under 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, imagine doing that and recording a demo of writing that whole blog in 5 or 10 minutes. Why don't we try doing that? Let's just see. We got like 2 more minutes. Let's do the actual 3-minute blog. Let's just go and just get like
3
a
minutes.
draft.
How Tim Ferriss became a world-renowned. Am I spelling that wrong?
You know what? Hey, you know what? Go back to freestyle if you can. I would do a list of ideas. Like this is my hack is going in there, like a list of blog titles for a blog about Tim Ferriss.
for
This is my hack of like coming up with topic ideas for anything. I cut
an
above the
all
rest.
around MVP. Oh, this is
These are
great.
pretty good.
5
Six
ways
things you
to
didn't know. Yeah, these are great.
What makes Tim Ferriss so successful? Let's do that. I know it's not great, but let's just.
But I just saw like 10, 15 really good ideas in there. That
There's
isn't that
some really
crazy?
good
Like
ideas.
how good that is at coming up with ideas. I did literally done that for like PDF downloads or webinar topics or like online course names. And you just give it details about like what I want to talk about, what I want to teach. It'll give you ideas, even names of a business.
I absolutely love it. Okay, we got 5 minutes. I'm going to try to generate this in 3. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we
get
get
it
really
done.
lucky on this first outline. Sometimes it takes a few runs, but hopefully, we get really lucky. Is that true?
You gave it history, so it's going deep into the history.
A little too.
Did he really do that?
No, I think this is false. Yeah, if I had to guess, that's false. Yeah, I think that's false. He just made up something. Okay, let's Tim Ferriss bioanalysis. I don't know if that's gonna work. So it's like analyze his bio.
Interesting.
But also bioanalysis is used a lot of other places. Is that actually Tim Ferriss?
Yeah, that was from 4 Hour Work Week.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's pulling out ideas from 4 Hour Work Week. Risk. That was pretty good. What the heck, man? I wish I could go back to high school right now and have this tool.
I know. If I had all the time in the world, I would just create blogs and just, really express all the things that I've learned. If I ever leave CopyAI, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share everything I've learned about this journey.
No, I mean, I go back to high school to write my bios using CopyAI.
Oh, right.
My classwork.
Yeah, my essays.
Yeah, your essays. This is insane because it's
What's
original. It's not plagiarized. Like this is new stuff that it's creating.
Yeah, and what's fascinating is we've talked to a few teachers and they're like, wow, I really like the way you're actually teaching how to think. So it's like, hey, what do you want to say? How are you planning on saying it? Can you go a little bit deeper and then actually, writing it? And that's what teachers are trying to teach, but it's really hard.
I mean, the real time consuming part of this would be verifying everything. If it's actual historical stuff, you'll need to spend some time looking through it.
Exactly. That being said, we're actually working on things to try to make it a lot more accurate, or at least identify the places where it's not accurate. But it may take a little bit of time before we really do that well.
So that's kind of the vision of where CopyAI is going. Is it's going to start solving even those tasks of verifying data, citing sources, any other things you can share with us about like where this is going, and we see how far it's already come. But any quick wins coming soon, or like long-term visions you want to share?
There is so much. Yeah, I can't really share too much, but we will do potentially another event or a customer event where we can dive a little bit more into detail. But I think everyone has a very good sense of where it's going, just because if you play around with it, there's room for improvement, and we plan on making those improvements. So there's a lot of blocking and tackling that we need to do to just get it to a much better state. We're going to probably reimagine the sidebar. It's a little confusing right now. So there's a lot of these basic things that once we improve, we can really move a lot faster.
Sweet. Well, Chris, appreciate your time. This was a lot of fun, and talk to you again soon.
Perfect. Thanks everyone for joining in. Hope you learned something cool, and thank you so much. And go try it out right now. 48 hours free, unlimited. Just yeah, go and test it out.
Awesome. All right, Chris, I'm going to take us out, and talk to you again next time.
Have a good one.
All right. And if you guys are not already in the Facebook group, get in there. The CopyAI team, including Chris, they're in there helping out with any questions that you have outside of these demos. And let me just take it away with final thoughts. I mean, give it a shot. As Chris said, you can write copy in seconds. It works for any business, any industry. You can create original content for your business with artificial intelligence, and overall just have a good time doing it. It's super fast and easy. Sign up now, put in some basic information, and you'll have your own AI generated content in seconds. All right. Thanks, everybody. Good to have you all here. And go ahead and chime in the Facebook group. Share what you create. We love to see what you create. If you write a blog, pop a link to it in the Facebook group. Let us know if you have any other questions or feedback. We're here to help. But that's it for today. So we'll talk to you again on our next demo. Take care.